Okay, today I'm going to show you a demo with function in the context of security incident management. You know, it's a very common use case. On my demo, I did some update on a security list of a private subnet of a VPN, okay? And then I got an event, then I call a function, then the function used the OCI Python SDK in order to query audit log on OCI and then send the result with an email. The result was like, there was an update on the security list on this port. The responsible is Mr. blah, blah, blah. Okay. On the screen here, the workflow seems to be a little different from mine, but you have several options, okay, on OCI to do that. Okay. So let's go now for the demo. I am on my tenant here. My function, my audit function is deployed. Okay. I created a rule. Okay. So checklist rule, condition, you send an event when there is an update on security list. Okay. And when you send and it receives an event, what action? You call the function. Okay. The function that is my audit function. Refresh your browser. Okay, no problem. I call notification to send an email to my company email. Okay. Remember, the function will send an email to another demo email, not on my company email. Okay. I can have a look here to the logs of the function. As you see, the function was called receiving the event. Okay. Then doing a search using OCI Python SDK, a match was found, and who is responsible for the update of this security list? It's me. Nice. Then an email was sent like that, for example, security list updated by Christophe Privot, rule added, this one, or rule added, sorry, or rule deleted. Okay. Just note that when you use OCI Python SDK with audit log, you don't have directly this kind of result. In fact, you have in the log all the rules, and you have to do a diff on the rules in order to find what was added or what was deleted. But it's very simple to do that with Python code or using a LLM. Okay. Let's go to see now the code. You have here a code for check audit. Okay, check audit. This is the code doing the query in order to find who has updated the security rule. Okay, I'm using OCI Python SDK. Nice. Not that regarding the security, when I'm doing a local test, I'm using my API key, but after deploying that on function, I'm using instant principal. It means the security context of function is used. So you have nothing to do in terms of security. It's super secure, but you have to give an access to audit log to the function, creating a policy. Okay. The same with send email. I can test that here. Okay. And then I can send an email using OCI email. Okay. Regarding the function is super simple. Okay. We don't go to detail all the code. Imagine I receive the event. I call search audit log. I get the result. I send the email. Very simple. Okay. I can do a test here. You can see test check audit. As you see the result, a match was found, and who is responsible for the update on the update list? This is Christophe Privot. And a rule was added, this one. Okay. So as you see, It's very simple to use function in the context of security management. You can do something that is more powerful but more complex, because this function like that is super simple and super light. And now if you want something more powerful, you can use an agent with OCI, generative agent. And the good news is you can transform your code, it means check, find security list updater as tool, and send email as tool for the AI agent. And in this case, the AI agent will use the LLM courier on Oracle GenAI and the tools in order to do the job. Okay, so it's more powerful. Okay, because you can imagine that the agent can have really intelligence in order to analyze what happens with using different kind of tool. But in this case, the function is more big because you have to deploy with the function, for example, here, all the code for long chain, long graph, and so on. Okay, so it's a choice. You can do something simple like that, or you can do something more powerful using AI agent. Okay, that's all. You can just understand that using this kind of function in the context of security management is a very common way. Okay, that is always used by customer, and you can do that very easily. Thank you for your attention.